And I am live. What is going on, everybody? And welcome to the spoiler-filled in-depth review for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 6, aka the series finale. What is going on, everybody? I decided to do the series finale review via live stream, just like I did for WandaVision. So that way I have more time to think and process my thoughts overall on the finale. As you all know, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier concluded its 6-episode run on Disney+, and so, as always, with all of my reviews for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I'm going to break down scene for scene what happened in each moment of this episode, give my overall thoughts on it, and then at the end of this, guys, I'm going to give you guys my overall grade for the entire series, as well as my ranking for all 6 episodes. So, if you guys are just tuning on in here, definitely smash that like button. It really helps the channel a lot. And I see some people already here. Infinity War Fan 2004, Amari Points, and Trav Max. Thank you guys for tuning in. You're part of that post notification squad. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new, if you liked what you see here, if you love the MCU, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I do this every single week on my channel. Talk about movies, etc. Before I get started, though, I just want to make sure I am live and that I look good. All right, I am live and I look good. All right, so how I'm going to do this, guys, I'm going to go through banner, scene for scene, give my thoughts overall, and then at the end, like I said, I'm going to give you guys my ranking for all of the episodes. So, without further ado, let's get right into the review. So The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 6, the series finale was titled One World, One People, which is the quote of the Flag Smashers. So the episode opens up where we left off at the end of Episode 5. We saw that the Flag Smashers were going to plan some sort of event where they were going to break into the GRC's facility and hold them hostage. And so it opens up with that. Opens up with them. Carly's given them the plan, what's going to happen. They're going to break in, hold them hostage, get their message across. And Carly in this episode, she goes full out villain, like, we'll kill people just to get our message across. And so Sam, Bucky, go right there to stop the Flag Smashers. And I loved how this episode opens up, because we know at the end of Episode 5, Sam opens up the briefcase and it didn't show what was in the briefcase. And we obviously know that's his new suit. And we'll get to that in a second. We see this pan-up shot of the city and we see something flying up in the sky. We think it's Sam, but it's actually Red Wing. Red Wing gets repaired. I don't know if it gets repaired by the Wakandans or Torres, but I think the Wakandans did repair Red Wing. So it was great that Red Wing was repaired and made his return. But then the Flag Smashers again are holding our hostage. And then we see Captain America, the new Cap, Sam Wilson, in his new suit, throw that shield, breaks the glass, and there's his suit right there. I'm telling you guys, I watched this episode at 3 a.m. and I almost woke up my whole house just going, oh my God, there he is. He looks fire. He looks freaking awesome in the suit, man. I love the suit. It's very comic accurate. I love how it's the Falcon suit mixed with Captain America in there. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson is the Captain America we deserve. And what a great reveal. Our new Captain America is fighting off against the Flag Smashers. And it's just a great way to open the episode. I thought that was absolutely fire. So then we get the reveal of some character. Bucky's walking outside and he comes across this stranger who does this little face technology thing we've seen before from Winter Soldier, and it's revealed to be Sharon Carter. They're part of the mission as well, so there was a great callback to what Natasha Romanoff used in Winter Soldier. So Sharon in this episode, we have a lot to talk with her very earlier on in this review. I got some thoughts overall on Sharon. So this opening 30 minutes basically is this full-out action sequence between Captain America, Bucky, the Flag Smashers, and John Walker eventually. We'll get to him. So I loved how this action sequence first was handled off. We got Sam as Captain America flying to save hostages on this helicopter. The Flag Smashers take it hostage. And Sam is, his first mission is save the hostages. I love how this helicopter sequence was filmed. It was very entertaining TV. Red Wing gets involved in the action too. It was very entertaining to watch. And Bucky gets involved too. He rides the motorcycle. He goes to fight off against the Flag Smashers. Carly sees what he's doing. And so to get Bucky's attention, what does Carly do? She lights this van or truck on fire. And then the Flag Smashers fight Bucky. And then it gets a little too much for him to control. And then we see Sam back up in the GRC building. I don't know the full name of them. And then he comes across Batroc. And he has another fight with him. As we saw in episode 1, we saw these two fight off against each other, and now they're back at it again, fighting off with each other. I just didn't really understand fully Batroc's full involvement in the show. He was just used as this security honcho, like big guy, just for Sam to fight off against. And they have this little fight, little battle. Sam gets some good licks in there, throws the shield a lot. It's just great to see Sam in that new suit as Captain America. It's really great. And then Bucky's just fighting off against the Flag Smashers. And throughout 20 minutes into this episode, I'm sure you guys were wondering, where is John Walker? When is he going to show up to the battle? 20 minutes in, John Walker enters. You see in the scene in the trailer where he's wearing his suit. He's got his new shield that he went full on Tony Stark just to make. And then he's like, Carly Morgenthau, I got a word to pick with you. And he's just like, I'm going to get revenge on you for what you did to my buddy Lamar. And then Carly's like, I didn't mean to kill your friend, but we will kill anybody that are just meaningless lives. And then Lamar's like, you're telling me Lamar's a meaningless life? You're going to get what you deserve. And then John decides to fight off against Carly and all the Flag Smashers by himself, and he gets his ass whooped 1-on-5. And so, yeah, John Walker was coming in with his nothing shield, and you see it gets broken nearly halfway into the episode. I had a prediction that Sam, Bucky, and John Walker were going to have a fight again, and Sam was going to cut his shield in half completely, but it does get completely damaged, which is awesome. I am very confused on this episode. Just overall, I thought it was a good finale, but I did have issues with this finale. It's definitely not my favorite episode. And one of my biggest issues was John Walker's eventual arc, his change of a character. This is a guy that completely went berserk and killed this Flag Smasher in public when his buddy Lamar was killed. And he took on a name that he was very scared to take on, the Captain America name. And why would we want to get this overall redemption to this guy that just doesn't deserve a redemption overall? So it was very weird to see John get this overall arc, and eventually he does later on in this episode become someone. So yeah, definitely one of my issues with this episode was John Walker's eventual redemption. Like, okay, we can forgive you for what you did. I don't know. I would have done it the other way around. But anyway, John Walker fights off against Carly 1-on-1, and he gets his ass beat. And then eventually he makes the decision to save the hostages in the truck that's about to fall on the floor. And then that doesn't happen for John. He's not the one that saves them. Sam is the one that saves him. Cap saves the day. Sam is able to use that amazing Wakandan wingsuit, save all those hostages just in the nick of time. Red Wing gets in the help as well. And then the citizens all look at Sam, and these two guys were America. And it's a completely cheesy, memorable line. And then just things get completely interesting from there on forth. Now, this was definitely one of my biggest issues with this finale overall. is how they deal with the power broker storyline. Now, this is kind of like the Mephisto theories we had with WandaVision, where we're like, oh, is Mephisto going to show up at some point during WandaVision? And that just completely different happened. And definitely like the biggest predicting arc for Falcon and the Winter Soldier is who the hell is the power broker? Is a Skrull the power broker? Nick Fury? Sharon Carter. Sharon Carter is the number one name. We all thought she could potentially be the power broker, and that happens. Sharon Carter is the power broker. Now, I heard some people say she might not be the official power broker. Zemo did say that he didn't know the power broker was a male. He said a guy. So, yeah, I think Sharon Carter was the power broker name. So she has this conversation with Carly, like, you betrayed me. And so Carly gets pissed, tries to fight her, but Sam tries to stop her and then fights Sam. Like, she's like, fight back, you coward, fight back. That's one of my biggest issues overall is how they deal with the Flag Smashers. The Flag Smashers was definitely the weakest part of this show. Excuse me. Definitely one of the weakest part of this show. Like, the show constantly contradicts itself. Are the Flag Smashers the bad guys, or are they the people with a really good motivation? Like, the show constantly contradicts itself every single episode. The first 3 episodes, they're made out to be the villains when they're really not. They have a good motivation, but the way they're going about it, maybe they could do it a different way. And then we got to see by episode 4 with Carly, like, okay, now I can get completely behind your motivation. But the last 2 episodes, they go back to, oh, they're evil. They're the bad guys. They have to kill people just to show us, hey, they are the bad guys. Like, come on, that's not compelling. Every time they go to the Flag Smashers, I'm just disappointed. Like, you wasted these people. And I have no hate towards any of the actors, especially Erin Kellyman. I think she's a really good, young, talented actress. But as the character Carly, I was just not fully interested in the character. And then just once Sharon is revealed to be the power broker and then she gets involved, I just didn't care. I didn't get invested because of how the script handled the Flag Smasher storyline. Now, I know there were rumors out there saying because of COVID, they cut out this specific storyline with the Flag Smashers involving this virus or something like that. Maybe that's why the Flag Smashers' motivation isn't fully clearly recognized. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is true, it's understandable why these villains, they're not really even the villains. Even Sam agrees that he agrees with their fight, but the way they're going about it, killing people is not the way I go about it. Just, I don't know. I just was frustrated with how the show contradicted itself, just how they deal with who really is the villain of this series. So after all that goes down, Carly is just getting pissed and aggravated, like, fight back, Sam, you coward. And then Sharon shoots Carly and Carly dies. Like I said, I wasn't fully invested in Carly Morgenthau. So when she died, I honestly didn't get emotionally sad because the character just wasn't that interesting. So again, like, if they really dived into the Flag Smashers, given them a Killmonger sort of storyline, then I think these characters would have had this really great redemption arc. But instead, you give it to John Walker, of all people. It's just confusing to me. All right. So now, as the episode's going down, this is where the episode gets really, really great. Anthony Mackie is phenomenal. Like, can we start Anthony Mackie's Emmy moment, his Emmy starting point? Like, let's give him an Emmy nomination. Like, this is where he really knocked it out of the park, Anthony Mackie. So Captain America, he carries Carly Morgenthau's dead body out in the huge iconic shot with his wings. He's walking towards the crowd of people. They're now looking at Sam as a respectable face, as the Captain America name. And one of the great things about this show is how it dives into race and politics and how we view race, especially towards Black people. And so Sam, as an African-American man, he has these really powerful scenes with Isaiah Bradley and him taking on the Captain America name. Because in the first 2 episodes, Sam is afraid to take on the Captain America name, not just because he doesn't want it, but because how the world treats these sort of people. After learning about Isaiah Bradley's devastating story, like, why would I want to take on a government name where the government doesn't really treat us properly? And so I really loved this moment with Sam talking with the government or the GRC, and the GRC is challenging or disagreeing with Sam, like saying, like, you just don't know what you're talking about. And this is the quote right here. I basically took a picture of this quote. I wrote it down. Excuse me. He says this pretty much: every time I pick this thing up, I know there are millions out there that are going to hate me for it. Even now, here I hear it. The stares, the judgment, and there's nothing I could do to change their minds. Yet I'm still here. No super serum, no blonde hair, blue eyes. The only power I have is that I believe we can do better. And Anthony Mackie just absolutely crushes this sequence, telling the GRC what they need to hear, that you need to do better. Because these are a group of people that were labeled monsters, and this is the fight they believed in. He really did believe in, but the way it was handled was just not the way to go about it. So this right here, Sam Wilson became Captain America. Just amazing moment right here. So then we go to the next sequence right here. We get this sequence involving the raft, and we get to see Zemo at the raft because he was sent there by Wakanda because he killed King T'Chaka. And so Zemo's just sitting there in his prison cell. He finds out that the Flag Smashers have been arrested, Carly Morgenthau dead, and he gives that little smile because his motivation was to get rid of the super soldiers. And is his job really complete, though? Because there is the possibility of the Thunderbolts coming into play, especially with Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Madam Hydra. But overall, it's really great to see Daniel Bruhl get that little nice smile in as Zemo. And just, I wonder what they're going to do with Zemo up next. He's just such a fascinating character. And then this sequence, we see Julia Louis-Dreyfus return here as Madam Hydra, or Fontaine. She's talking with John Walker's girlfriend. They're like, John, get out. Like, it takes you that long to get dressed. And we see John Walker getting his U.S. agent uniform. It's basically a suit he got as Captain America, but changed up in color. It's his U.S. agent suit. And this was obviously going to happen because John Walker is U.S. agent in the comics. And that character pretty much is like a anti-hero. There is a possibility he could return as a villain, possibly. But again, Wyatt Russell, as the character of John Walker, was given the role of Captain America by the government, and he was given mandates. And this is a character that's been very fascinating because we're obviously meant to hate him from the start because he's taken on Steve Rogers' legacy. And Wyatt Russell absolutely destroyed and made this role so good. We hated this guy, but he was doing such a great job. And John Walker's redemption arc, I know some people don't mind it, but again, I wish it was done a little bit better because, again, this guy deserved to pay for what he did, killing somebody. But still, I thought it was cool. His U.S. agent uniform looked awesome. And so now, the end of the episode, it's pretty much family for Sam and Bucky. This is the moment that I wanted to see happen. It's Bucky getting his full arc. In the beginning of episode 1, we see little flashbacks with him as the Winter Soldier committing different murders. And this one older man he was taking care of, and his son, in the flashback sequence, he kills him. And we've been waiting for this moment to happen, or at least I have. When is he going to tell this old man that he murdered his son as the Winter Soldier? And he goes to tell him the truth, and he forgives him. And it's a really powerfully acted sequence. Again, I question, why do we have 6 episodes? Why do we have 6 episodes of this show? It felt like certain things like that were completely rushed over. You have all these different characters, these different storylines. You could have fleshed out more with 9 episodes or a longer movie. But it was cool to see that moment, and we see the girl that Bucky was crushing on the first episode back as well for a little bit. So this was completing Bucky's arc fully. And if he does or doesn't come back as the character of the Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, I think he will come back, but it's a really cool full arc for the character of Bucky. He's able to completely wipe out that Winter Soldier persona and just be Bucky. So which leads us to my favorite scene in the entire episode, without a doubt. This was the arc I was waiting for. It is Sam's gift to Isaiah Bradley. The end of the episode, he goes back pretty much to Baltimore, sees Isaiah's grandson, who becomes the Patriot in the Young Avengers. It seems like they're setting that up. And Isaiah as well. They go to the museum, which we saw in episode 1, where Sam gave the shield to the government, where it was up for display for a bit. And we get to see them go into this one exhibit, and Sam says, "Now the world will remember what you did." It's a statue of Isaiah Bradley, and it got me. Like, the acting given by Carl Lundry as Isaiah Bradley was powerful. Just give Sam a hug. Like, that was just beautiful. Definitely one of my favorite scenes this episode. I completing Isaiah Bradley. This was a man that was tested just because of who he is and just all the things this guy did as the Captain America name. It's really heartbreaking. And to see that he finally gets recognized for what he did, he's the first Captain America, was just beautiful. I love that sequence. And now Sam and Bucky, they are a family. We get to see the final sequences with Sarah, Sam, Bucky with the family on the boat. And they're just brothers. They're absolutely brothers. Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan living out those days and just accepting all that they've done together. And that was the end of the episode. But of course, with the final episodes of this series, there's going to be a post-credit scene. And there was a post-credit scene. I thought there would be 2, but we do get one post-credit scene. And it's Sharon Carter returning back to the United States. As we know, Sharon Carter was banned from the U.S. because of what she did, supposedly. And the government reinstates her back as Agent 13. And they commend her, but does make this phone call and says that I got all these satellites at my disposal and they have work to do. And that's the post-credit sequence. Sharon Carter, what is she up to? We know she's this power broker. Like, I don't know. It was very interesting. Like, it seems like we're not able to trust Sharon Carter overall. She has all these things at her disposal, satellites, military disposal, criminals, and that's very interesting. Very interesting, to say the least, what they do with Sharon Carter. And it seems like they definitely were setting up for a season 2 of this show. Or the news just came out today that a Captain America 4 film is in development, which is very exciting. I just want to see more of Anthony Mackie, Captain America. Or if they do a season 2 for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which it's not called Falcon and Winter Soldier anymore. They changed the title to Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which I could see why that could confuse people because we have a film called Captain America, the Winter Soldier, but Sam is now Captain America, so I thought that was really cool to add that into the credit sequence. And yeah, that's the whole series finale. So overall thoughts, guys, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the finale overall, it's definitely not my favorite episode for sure. I had some issues overall with different end and story arcs, so let's just go through quickly each character's arc. Sam's arc was the best arc in the show by far. Him becoming the Captain America name. It's his show. That's what we all wanted to see, him become Captain America. He had an incredible arc. Absolutely incredible arc by this final episode, becoming Captain America and dealing with all of that. Bucky's arc was really great as well. I love Sam and Bucky together. John Walker didn't have a perfect arc all around. He was turning into this villain, and then he turns into this anti-hero. It wasn't fully explained properly. The Flag Smashers were not that great. Carly had some moments, but again, didn't really care about her character or the Flag Smashers. They definitely brought the show down. For me personally, Sharon Carter didn't really need to be in the show, if I'm being honest. They really did nothing with Sharon Carter to make me fully love her. And the Power Broker reveal was just pretty obvious and lazy, in my opinion. So yeah, overall, guys, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I really enjoyed this series. I thought it was great. Definitely not perfect. I think WandaVision is the better show for sure. But I loved how the show dived into political and racism and all that and just becoming something that is incredibly impossible. Government clashing and just Robin Hood storylines. It's just great. And great action. So on my rating scale, I'm going to give The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you know what? I'm going to give it a B+. I'm going to give it a B+. I thought about giving it an A- overall, but the finale just brought it down to there with how they ended off. But still, I really, really enjoyed this show. So I think a B+ is a fair grade overall. What do you guys think about the show? What's your grade overall for this series? Let me go through the comments really quickly. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do my episode ranking before I get into the comments. So overall, guys, I'm going to give you guys my ranking for all 6 episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Did you guys want to see that? All right. So at number 6 is probably going to be episode 3. Episode 3 was definitely my least favorite. That was Zemo's episode. That was a very flag smashery episode, and I just didn't care what was going on, and just that's where the show really didn't dive into opportunities that they missed. Number 5 would probably be episode 1. It's a really cool episode. Love the introduction to it, and the John Walker face at the camera, looking like Carl Fredricksen from Up. But yeah, definitely not one of my favorite episodes. Number 4 would probably be episode 6, the series finale. Again, I really enjoyed it. Loved the great moments, but it wasn't a perfect episode. They could have fixed certain ending storylines. Number 3 would be episode 2. I thought that was the Isaiah Bradley episode, an iconic episode. They dived into that racism, social issues going on in today's world, and the action was really great, and the dialogue with Sam and Bucky was great. It was a Bucky episode for sure. Number 2 would be episode 4. That's obviously the John Walker murders that flag smasher in public episode. That was when this series got to a whole nother level. Like the way they ended off that episode with Walker with the blood on Cap's shield was just, oh my God. And yeah, episode 5 is definitely my favorite episode. For sure, it was great. Great acting, great action. The flag smashers were pretty compelling. Sam, Bucky, like awesome. Just really awesome. John Walker, that fight they have at the beginning, definitely my favorite episode. The training montage with Sam, easily episode 5 would be my favorite episode of The Falcon and Winter Soldier. So guys, that is the final installment in my spoiler-filled in-depth reviews for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 6 series finale. Again, guys, let me know what you thought, of course, of the series finale in the comments below if you're not in the chat right now, in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, I'm going to go through the chat really quickly, see what you guys had to say. Christian Knight, this show was kind of underwhelming, but it was still good. Yeah, I definitely get that. Kana, what's going on? Good to see you. I already answered this. I think WandaVision would be the better show overall, just on storylines, entertainment, but both are really good. I really enjoyed both. Mari, what's up, man? The new suit was fantastic. Agreed. Falcon suit was awesome. Yes, it was. Yes, I was excited to see it. What's up? Thank you for tuning in, Christian Knight. Sorry I didn't see that. Can't wait to see Sam Wilson as the new Cap in future MCU movies. Yes. Ryan, when's your next Q&A vid? I'm not sure yet. I will figure it out probably sometime this week. Hello, Daniel. Good to see you. Carly is probably the most underrated MCU villain, in my opinion. Interesting. They had a lot of potential for Carly, in my opinion. There were some really good scenes with her, but I just felt like the show the episodic nature didn't give it enough time to really flesh her character out. If it was 9 episodes, maybe I would have liked Carly a little more as a character. Ryan, when will you post your Mortal Kombat review? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. I was busy today overall, so definitely tomorrow. Look out for the Mortal Kombat review. John Walker is evil. Yeah, he is. Yes, it was a great finale. No, John doesn't. I was screaming my head off. Who wasn't? I don't like the twist. Oh, the power broker. Yeah, that was definitely not good. The rest was great. Her death made me cry. She was just a kid. She wasn't a kid. She was around 20, 22. So she's definitely not a kid. That was a powerful speech. Yes, it was. I really want the Thunderbolts to come to the MCU. It seems like they're setting things up for the Thunderbolts. That's for sure. This show definitely set it up, the Thunderbolts as well as the Young Avengers. We've seen with WandaVision, we had Tommy and Billy, and with Isaiah Bradley's grandson in here. They're setting up the Young Avengers for sure. And we're going to get Hawkeye with Kate Bishop, Scott Lang's daughter, Cassie. So, yeah, Young Avengers is coming. Zemo has some plans, I'm sure. Did John turn evil? No, he did not turn evil fully. He just had this little arc. I guess they kind of forgave him or something. Came the U.S. agent name, and so, yeah, that was kind of confusing. Yes, he deserves to be in jail. There's a chance he might come back as White Wolf. Jacob Barber, what's up? Just joined the stream, so forgive me if this was asked already or you plan to address it later, but I'm curious what you like. Yeah, I already answered this. I like WandaVision definitely better. WandaVision was just a lot more unique, a lot more just awesome. And I think both shows were great, but I think the storylines in WandaVision were definitely better addressed than in Falcon and Winter Soldier. But I think Falcon and Winter Soldier was a better action show for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing those two work together again. She might be a villain. Oh, okay, yeah, you already saw it. Amari's grade would be an A. Jacob Barber, I give it an A-. I really enjoyed it. There were moments that brought it down for sure, but overall it was very enjoyable. Now I'm excited to see what they do with Loki. Yes, Loki. We're getting Loki on June 11th, so we're going to have a break from this MCU content until June. So I'm very excited for Loki, by the way. After seeing that recent trailer with Tom Hiddleston, it looks weird, crazy, insane. I cannot wait for that series. Same, Loki is going to fix the timeline. The murder ending was the oh crap moment of the series for me. Yeah, definitely for me too. Hype for Loki. And I love the series finale. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Again, guys, if you haven't yet already, definitely hit that like button. It really helps the channel a lot. I really do appreciate all your guys' comments, your support, and coming into these live streams. It really means the world to me that you guys love to hear my opinion. If you are new to the channel and you loved what I had to say, definitely hit the like and subscribe button if you want to be part of this awesome community. I do movie reviews every single week on this channel, new and old from time to time, ranking videos. Falcon and Winter Soldier, now that's over. Once Loki comes out, I will be doing the same exact thing, doing episodic reviews every single week, spoiler in depth. Yeah, I love the MCU. I love movies, guys. This is just a blast. I love talking about movies with you guys. Thank you, guys. This was awesome. As far as this weekend goes for videos, look out for my Mortal Kombat review tomorrow. Get over here. And the Oscars are this Sunday. So, yeah, I am planning to go live once again, live watch along to the Oscars. So if you guys aren't doing anything Sunday night and want to join the channel, watch the Oscars along with me, I will be doing that again. Thank you guys so much for watching. All my social media links are in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend and have a good night and stay safe. My bad. I hit the wrong button. My bad. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.